Hello everyone. Let's practice this reading today. Some views on the use of headphones. So this reading has recently been given in Ielts computer-based test in Vietnam. However, the repetition rate is not very high. Still, I like this reading because of its content and all of the idea that we can learn from it. Because headphones is a topic that is commonly asked in IELTS speaking. So we can treat this as like an article to gain new knowledge, not just for practicing. Okay, and for today reading, I will not guide a step-by-step reading anymore, but I hope that everyone can practice on your own and then only come back to this video when you have question that you don't understand. And please, before you start working on it, remember to work step by step, read paragraph by paragraph while you work on the question on the right hand side, and remember to underline keywords when you read and find the answer. Okay, so please go to the description to find the link for this reading and set a 20 to 25 minutes time to practice on it. Come back here if you have any question that you need more clarification. Okay, now I will start to give answer. But before I give answer, I will underline some keyword for yes, no, not given. Okay, young people easily persuaded. Okay. It is important to underline keywords for yes, no, not given, so that you're not gonna get confused when there are questions you thinking about no, not given. Keywords can really help. Different studies share the same conclusion. Science. Some doctor recommends low blood pressure. Okay, names will always be an important keyword. So when you read, if you see a name, it's a good idea to highlight it. What else? Okay, now I'll give answer for this part. So for 27, young people easily persuaded by surveys that listening to music is beneficial. So we can see in the first paragraph, they talk about young people and they talk about survey. However, you don't see anywhere that they said young people are persuaded by survey. Young people take part, right? So they take part in the survey and they said that music make them happier. But they are not persuaded mean something convince you to believe, right? But they are not convinced by any survey. They don't say that. So 27 is not given. Therefore, when we read, we have to be careful, right? Because there are keywords, but it doesn't mean that is the correct answer. Now, 28. Different studies share same conclusion about the desirability of working in silence. Desirability means good, right? The benefits of working in silence. And we can see that in the second paragraph, when they said that somewhere here, silence has the best overall performance. So, which means when people work in silence, they have the best outcome. And therefore, 28 is yes. For number 29, they said doctors recommend wearing headphones to lower blood pressure. We can see the keyword of lower blood pressure here, reduce blood pressure. But we don't see the part about doctors recommend, right? Even when we read the whole paragraph here, they don't say anything about doctors recommend people to wear headphones to reduce blood pressure. So there's only half of the question is mentioned. And therefore, this is not given again. Now, for number 30, Nathaniel Bowen is a name, so we can see it right here. And here they said he is a respected government researcher. But in the paragraph, they said he is an eccentric means weird, inventor and repairman. So 30 is no. For number 31, 31 I think is a pretty difficult question because you have to read a lot. The effect of invention of headphones comparable. Comparable means is kind of similar to the effect of the invention of writing. So we have to go down to this paragraph. And we can see in the last sentence, they said, headphones have done what writing and literacy did for language. They made music private. So they have the same effect. And therefore, 31 is yes again. Okay, so if you got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 out of 5 correct, then you are really good at this kind of task. Now moving on to multiple choice questions. Number 32, again, we have to identify keywords. Writers, service economy. Where do we see service economy? It's up here. I think in the part they talk about America. Oh, where is it? Here. Service economy. Emphasis on job in office require higher level of concentration, reflection, and creativity. So this is what they talk about the service economy. And therefore, the correct answer for 32 would be A. It's mentally demanding. Okay. It's mentally demanding because it requires a high level of concentration, reflection, creativity. Now for 33, keyword historical evidence for early music. Historical evidence for early music. Evidence is part where they talk about the flute, isn't it? Okay, so in this paragraph, oh, so can everyone get the correct answer for 33? It should be C, right? Because they in in this paragraph? We can say that music evolved as a social glue for the species, and music, together with dance, co-evolve biological, culturally serve technology of social bonding. So they are talking, right? They are talking, bone flute, blah, blah, blah. So they are talking about how music helping human in the past, right? So they're talking about the importance of music in whole human history. Number 34, writer said about the social effects of listening to music through headphone. Social effect. So I think it's down here. It's not up there anymore. Right? It's cost of reduction number. It should be. The answer should be D. Can anyone, I want to say, can anyone tell me the paragraph that the answer from, but I forget that this is not a live lesson. Sorry. So the answer of this is in this, again, they made music private because before, right? Before, music is a social glue. So it's social, something that is used by everyone. But now they make it private, meaning it's become for one person only, not for everyone, for the public anymore. Now, number 35, writer said about personal independence. So our keyword is personal independence. Independence here. So let's see what is the answer for this. Yeah, the answer would be B, because in the last question you can see wealth can buy and modern technology can deliver personal independence. Mean that we can buy personal independence and thanks to modern technology. So this is the answer for 35. 36, okay, we have a name and the location too. So that's pretty easy for us to find name. So to support writer's own view. Okay, so I think 36 pretty easy and straightforward. There's nothing to explain about that. Let's move on to the fill in the blank. So I always say that fill in the blank that we can choose from the paragraph is the easiest task. But this one is one of the more difficult tasks that we have to do because we have to understand what's happening over here, and then we need to understand all the paraphrase word here in order to do it correctly. Now Michael Ball, there's something interesting we can note from the reading is that you can see that we haven't had any question with answer from this paragraph because I didn't highlight anything. So I guess this is just from my experience that most of the answer here would belong in this paragraph. Okay, so for number 37, the only reasonable answer would be B, relationship. The relationship of wearers of headphone with the public space. Because you remember when they talk about how people want to be private, it's in this paragraph. Living in the center becoming popular as people become less keen on living in the. So it's right here too, right? People moving from the edges of city to live in the urban centers. So we just need to find some word similar to this, and that is E, suburb. Intensely pop headphone form isolate people from. Headphone create shields for wearer, separate from other people. Separate from other people. And the words should be similar to shield. And the only word that can be used is chi, barrier. Even though they are not exactly the same, right? But they convey the similar idea. Wearer headphone are treated with. Oh, 40, I think, is a difficult one because some people might not know this word courtesy. So we assume people busy and should respect their privacy. Courtesy is how we treat people with politeness and respect, right? So there's no word that we can take from here, but we need to understand that, and the only word that makes sense is A. We don't often see this word in our test. Okay. It is feel a little bit rushed for this reading, right? But because I only give answer, so it doesn't take a lot of time. I try to give a lesson with full and better explanation next time, but I'm in a hurry today, so okay. I hope that everyone score well on this reading, and I always put the answer at the end of the reading. Therefore, if you want to check again, just check on the material that you got on the link. Okay, so goodbye everyone and good luck on your test.